Hold it up. Say it again. What is it? Say it loud. Hold it up and say it. Alright, y'all, I'm back. Back like I was saying, man, we doing this one right here on Willie Weathers from Gridiron Gang, Boobie Miles from Friday Night Lights, and I think it's Gail Maggot. We're just gonna say Maggot from The Longest Yard. All of them had a lot of similarities to their game. Boobie's game was more confident than anything. Maggot was more finesse, I'd say. Well, Boobie was a little finesse, but he was more confident. Boy didn't even lift weights. He just said that was enough, and he was cool. The other ones, Willie Weathers, he didn't even play football. Bro was a street dude, game member type thing. He started playing locked in, believed what the coach was saying, and he turned up. And he was in a juvenile center, you know what I'm saying? So he turned up. I believe he kept playing and stuff. So, Boobie situation, he was real good. I think he was probably might have been the best one out of the bunch. But he got hurt in a meaningless game, pretty much. You know, something like Derrick Rose, like a game you don't really need to be in, but you in, you know. So he out there, you know what I'm saying? Coach just took him out, and he paid for it. And then in the movie, they showed the players who, you know, pretty much got him, like, shaking hands, you know, dapping up, like, yeah, good hit, like, good job, bro, we got him out. So, yeah, that happened, unfortunately. But, he tried to come back. It wasn't the same, you know, when she tears thing. I don't know if he tore his ACL or whatever he tore. But, you know, you can't make them twists and turns no more. He tried to come back the same season, I think. But pretty much he was finished. But, you know, it's whatever. On to Maggot, he was in prison ball. He was out there, I don't know if he was hooping, but he was out there with them playing ball and stuff. And, yeah, Paul Crew, aka Adam Sandler, went out there looking for some players. He left with a running back, a nice running back. So he's, like I said, he had a lot of finesse to his game. He was, like I said, he was pretty cool. He was pretty fast too. He might have been the fastest one out of all of them. Fastest and probably the most athletic out of all of them. I ain't much to say on that. Like I said, it wasn't a real big story on him. As far as Willie Weathers, I'm taking Willie. Willie had a, you know, more like he had murdered somebody. Dude was throwing his mom around. You know, he pulled a gun out, told him leave. He wouldn't leave, bro. Approached him, and you know, saying he shot him, whatever. He went to a juvenile juvenile center, and The Rock was, you know, the guy. But The Rock was, you know, pretty much threw a team together, get them boys, you know what I'm saying, to do something else with all that anger and stuff like that. And it worked out for them, you know. They sucked at first, but eventually they got right. And the team they played first game, and they lost 38-0. They ended up beating them. So that was dope, you know. They got their get back, you know, they did pretty good. Yeah, shout out to them. Willie Weathers was a big piece of that, you know. He was beefing with one of the teammates, Calvin, because they was in like Bloods and Crips and stuff. You know how that go. But yeah, once he locked in, you know, also trusted his teammates. You know, everything was different. So give me Willie. I like Willie's journey a little bit different than the other. Like so when I was locked up, who knows how long he had. And the other one, he was injured. You know, saying he got hurt. He never returned after that. Never said anything else about a football career after that. At least you know Willie went on and you know what I'm saying kept going after that. He went to some top rank boarding school or whatever it was. But yeah, give me Willie.